All right now, so heading over to our studios in London now to catch up with the Vice correspondent, Judita De Silva, who has all the latest from social media. Hi, Judita. Great to have you. Happy holidays. You're literally in the season with your look today.
Happy holidays to you, too.
Okay, so it has definitely been interesting, but sadly, Christmas is over now. But celebrities did not miss their chance to share the festive celebrations online, did they?
Absolutely. It's like literally there was a complete wave of posts on Instagram and Twitter over Christmas, on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. And this was all celebrities kind of showing their human side, their personal time with family. Like we saw previously in the story about Demi Lovato that you told us about. You saw her posts about that. They had Will Smith, they had Alec Baldwin, they had John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, Mariah Carey, Diddy and his kids. Because remember, this was for Diddy, this was his first Christmas without Kim Porter, and the mother of 3 of his children. So this was a particularly poignant Christmas for them. But it was just really great for all the followers and fans on social media while they were having their turkey and opening their gifts in the morning to see the celebrities' version of that very real part of everyday life. So it was a great thing to see.
Amazing, amazing. So another thing that really struck my eye with regards to celebrities all around the world was the amount of giveaways that happened this season. Now, quick question, what's your take on this whole giveaway thing where people are saying, okay, 10 followers, I'm gonna give out $1,000 or, you know, stuff like that. Do you think it's really a necessity for Christmas, or should that whole money just go into something that's more legit, seeing as not everybody's on social media?
I think basically it's, this is the fallout of Drake's song, God's Plan. Because remember how it literally stopped society for a period when he gave away, I think it was like $1 million, and he just gave it to the public in cash. And this stopped traffic on both sides of the Atlantic. So I think, you know what I say with celebrities, when one thing works, they're very formulaic in the way they behave. Everybody tries to do their version. And this giving away thing, it's kind of like in the whole Trump era, particularly in America, people want to kind of oversaturate the public consciousness with positivity, even if it's kind of contrived and doesn't feel very natural. Like you said, it would make more sense that if you invest this money in hospitals, schools, after-school programs, it would make more sense. But then again, those programs are slow to build up and take long-term investment, and you don't get a lot of publicity and headlines for doing that. So it is a publicity marketing ploy, and that's why they do it.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Well, part of the fun this Christmas, you know, was about the movies that came on TV. Now, there was one movie that every single person kept talking about over the holiday, so please tell us about this one.
Okay, this is like the movie that starred Tom Hanks. It's called The Green Mile. So what happens, like, you know, during Christmas, a lot of films come on because people know this is a great time to get ratings on networks because families are just sitting at home. They've stuffed themselves full of turkey and they're just vegging on the couch. So you want to pump give them as much variety to choose from. But what seemed to happen, what was trending a lot online is that everyone started getting very emotional and nostalgic about this story because remember, it's The Green Mile, it's about people on death row who are about to be executed, these inmates, and there's one who's falsely accused who ends up endearing himself to all the police officers. And so everyone was tweeting and posting messages, oh my God, I'm watching it right now and I cry. I love this movie. Tom Hanks is so amazing. Because people love getting emotional and just diving into their feelings over Christmas. So this hit the mark and it just kept trending and trending and everyone kept talking about it and then talking about other Tom Hanks films. And remember, the star of this movie passed away. And so it was kind of also even more poignant as well because it was his best performance.
I agree with you. But I am curious, though, what is it with, you know, Christmas and this people just wanting to be nostalgic, you know, relive old emotions? I mean, apart from Green Mile, we also saw a lot of people talking about Home Alone. I mean, we've had all year. All of a sudden, December, everybody is talking about this movie that is, you know, years old. So, what, I mean, all that rush of emotions, why is that? Because sometimes it gets you really sad. You know, it makes you cry. And I'm like, is this all really? Because this was really emotional for a lot of people. So what is it with Christmas and, you know, this nostalgic thing people just seek after?
I think that's what's had everyone talking on social media, that it was so bizarre that Green Mile captured the consciousness because it's such a sad movie. But when you kind of think, it's kind of the flow of trends. Originally, everybody liked watching cartoons at Christmas. So that's what they kind of saturated the channels with. Then everybody was into musicals at Christmas, and that's what you would get on every channel. But now it just seems that millennials are a lot more gritty and hardcore. But then also the way they make movies now with Netflix and streaming, people don't really, they kind of yearn for the old school, real story-driven films like The Green Mile, like Forrest Gump, like Saving Private Ryan. Those old school films aren't really being made anymore because everything's either got a superhero in it or it's a franchise.
Well, you're
so
right.
Seeing films like this kind of reminds people, it's like, that's what filmmaking is like. I remember when actors were really acting, and that's why they're nostalgic.
I agree. Now, that is a point. Well, you see, what I don't know if it's something that I love exactly, but whenever we talk about social media, literally Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, they're always close by. But this time around, it's not even them. They're not even the ones making the headlines. It's one of their kids. So please, has the drama started already?
Okay, so the Kardashian-Jenner clan always have their Christmas party on the Christmas Eve and then into Christmas Day. And then what happened is that just yesterday, Kim was posting pictures from the party. And one of the pictures you can see is like it was her husband, Kanye West, and their 3 children. So it's kind of what got everybody stopping was the fact that their eldest child, which is Northwest, she decided to. And Kim says allegedly that she chose to wear lipstick because she's very into makeup, because remember that Kim K has a line of beauty cosmetics. So what she did is now put on this red lipstick that had everybody going, this is an iconic beauty moment. We think Northwest is the next beauty icon. She's 5.5 years old, Kachi. 5.5 years old. But everyone was like, that's a signature red lip. I wish I could get myself. She's amazing. She's an icon. And I almost threw up in my mouth twice.
Look, I am weak. I cannot even do this anymore. I quit. What in the world? Okay, let's actually talk about this. What is going on with people on social media right now? This girl is literally, as you said, she's not even up to 6 years old. So in a time where people are trying to talk about, you know, morality and, you know, raising kids right, because it's almost as if after generations, it gets worse. This generation is worse than the one before, the one before. So what message is this sending? Are we done? Is it like, yeah, just we're done?
That is a very good point, because obviously the naysayers and the people who are not keen on Kim Kardashian were saying that she's done this before, where she's posted pictures of her daughter in makeup. And they said that, why are you going to basically force someone to be so grown up when they're still a child? It's putting out the wrong image, because makeup is about appearance. It's about appealing to the opposite sex or appealing to the same sex, depending on your motivation. But it's something that's kind of almost sexualizes a child. And they said that that's a lot of backlash, because it's not something a prudent mother should do, particularly posting it online when you're exposing her to the world. But then what will happen is, like, all of Kim K's fans were saying that she's smart enough and savvy enough, because she's in that environment, to say her mother owns a beauty line, her auntie, who's Kylie Jenner, has one of the most successful beauty lines out there. She's going to be into this stuff. And remember, girls are 5 years old play with makeup anyway. But on the one side, you shouldn't really be endorsing it and pushing it on this level. It could be something just silly. But then at the same time, she's coming up within an environment that's driven by and lives for publicity. And the kind of publicity this little girl got was sensational. Like, we're talking about it now because it was trending. It kind of stopped Twitter, and everyone was saying they're bandying around comments like she's an icon. She doesn't probably even know what the word icon means. But we're in this millennial generation where people are growing up too fast. They're maturing too fast. They're trying things too soon. They say Blue Ivy's already a millionaire because she's branded her name and already become an incorporated company. It's too much. But these kids are not normal kids. These are billionaires' kids, millionaires' kids, superstar kids. So the way we think doesn't apply to them.
Oh my gosh, I am just looking forward to, you know, Blue Ivy Northwest at 15, 16. It's going to be a complete meltdown. Anyway, Juditha, thank you so much for always keeping it real on what's trending. We look forward to chatting with you on film and television. So For now, that will be all from Judita in London, but not to worry. She'll be back to